Hello, my friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alex, and if you are watching this as a recording of the live session, and if you don't want to hear me talking about today's topic, which is attracting money or manifesting your desires, then check in the description below, and you will be able to see and click a link to get directly to the energy healing. So we'll be talking now for a couple of minutes first. So today's topic is, and today's energy transmission is to attract money into your life. And I will do this because it's been requested quite a few times over the last couple of months. And I've been a bit reluctant to do this kind of healing session because at first I myself have had quite a lot of blocks concerning money, and there's so much stigma around the world about money, and especially when we come into the more spiritual aspect of life, people are usually shying away from both talking about money and, in some cases even being around money, or many people even neglect or ignore the fact that in the Western world we usually we need money in order to live. But over the years, and especially over the last couple of months, my view of money have changed a lot. And so this has happened because I've healed a lot of those money wounds that I've had. I have always in my life been a person who saves up a lot of money, earns a lot of money quite fast, and then spends it all. And that's quite a typical money type, according to the Japanese Warren Buffett, Ken Honda. Anyways, I want to talk a little bit about what place Reiki has in regards to attracting money into your life, attracting your desires, and creating the life that you truly want to live, whether that's a very materially rich life, or if it's a more simple life but without any stress or fear of where money will come from. I see a lot of people on YouTube have videos with thumbnails like I did on this one. There's a specific purpose that I made it that way. I see a lot of people uploading these kinds of Reiki sessions to attract money, Reiki to attract your dream job, and similar things. And I watched them a few times over the last couple of years, and at first I had this really thwarted view of what they would do. I really had this idea that somehow, in the back of my mind, I thought that, money would just come flowing to me in one way or another, or they would solve everything. But with my own expansion, my own experience, and the insights I've received from all the inner work I've done, I see the way that Reiki actually can help us to heal the money wounds that we have, the blockages, the energetic, emotional, mental blockages we have that keeps us in a cycle of self-sabotage, that keeps us in a cycle of not knowing our true self-worth. And that keeps us in a negative spiral where we keep making bad decisions, or shall I say unconscious decisions about the money that we have, that we can receive or could receive, so on and so forth. You see that the way Reiki can work with us in the topic, in the area of money, is that it can help to heal those wounds that creates these patterns. So sometime in your life you have adopted a lot of different beliefs regarding money, a lot of different patterns. And because money is such a fundamental aspect of our society, those patterns usually are very much reinforced by ourselves. And that is why they say, the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. Because these beliefs are so ingrained into our psyche. So what we can do with Reiki is that we can help to heal these wounds. And what I will do today during this session is that I will be transmitting the Reiki energy. I will set the intention to focus this on money wounds, on the topic of money, which will help to bring up all of these beliefs that we have, all of these patterns, all of the thoughts and emotions and memories that have created for us a perceived lack. And that perceived lack in turn has created actual, lack in the sense of our material reality. We create everything ourselves. So if we have these beliefs, then we make sure that our external reality is in alignment with what is happening on the inside. So if there's a lot of fear that we will not have enough money to pay for our life, to pay for us to survive, if we don't believe that we are worth having enough money for some reason, because something happened when we were young, maybe our parents, we inherited this pattern from our parents, then we will make sure that we, all the opportunities that always exist around us, we do not see them, because we have this belief that we are not worthy of this. So if someone might, let's take an example, that someone is talking about an opportunity to you, with you, something that you would be able to join, that you will be able to enjoy a lot in your life. But because you have this pattern of lack of self-worth, or this belief that you're not worthy enough, then you will not see that as an opportunity. Or maybe you see it, but because of this fear that you're not worthy of enjoying your life and having financial abundance, or even just a stress-free life, a life without stress of where money would come from, then you will not see, you will not see that opportunity, or you will simply say no thanks, or remove yourself from that opportunity. So, as I said, today the energy will be focused on not directly materializing money in your world where you are. It will not just pop out in front of you, but it will help to heal the unconscious patterns that keep you on cycle upon cycle upon cycle of self-sabotaging your own material reality. So what I want to ask you during this healing now is that be very much aware when fear, when doubt arise in your experience. Be very much aware when all of these patterns that I've been talking about a little bit now, anything regarding money is coming out. It can also be greed. Maybe you have so much that you're spending it in a way, and you're going after money in a way that is unhealthy, and that's not in tune with your heart and your soul, and with the well-being of humanity and the earth. So it can be everything on the spectrum regarding money. Just observe these things when they come up, allow them to be there, and the Reiki energy will help you to heal these wounds and to remove these patterns. So what I want you to do is that you begin settling down. You can sit or lie down during this healing. I also want to point out that if, like in my own example, a lot of my money wounds, a lot of the blockages I've had in regards to money have been very deep, and I've been working with them for a long time, because money has been it has created so much suffering for me, because I could never understand how this really works, and there were so many things I didn't understand, everything. I really hated money. I did not love it, which is a way of actually not loving yourself. You can watch this again and again if you need to. Keep watching this until you feel that your relationship with money, or your relationship with yourself, that you're starting to feel this self-worth from your heart, and you're not feeling this fear anymore. So keep watching this healing part until you really feel that these are being resolved, and at least until you have momentum to sit down yourself and really start working with this when you're out shopping or whatever you're doing. Yeah, so the law, I will just mention this before we head on, because Richard is writing here in the live chat, the law of attraction. And the way that the law of attraction works is it's always working, whether we are thinking of positive things or negative things, and mostly the things that are subconscious to us or unconscious. All the thinking that is going on a subconscious level, those are the pulling and pulling things towards us and pushing other things away. But we can only receive if we are open to receive. And to open up to receiving, we have to remove these blocks, because otherwise we will always make sure to push away opportunities, money, all those vibrations, the vibration of abundance that we so much want. So now let's settle in. Take a couple of deep breaths with me, breathing in through your nose, then out through your mouth. Make yourself as comfortable as you can. Breathe into your heart, the heart and the root chakra we'll be working on today to ease you out of fear and to really open yourself up to your own self-worth, the feeling of having all that you need, absolute abundance, love for yourself, love for your situation, love for the money that you had, love for the money that you have, and love for the money that you will have. Love for the money that you have spent, and love for the money that you will spend. Allow yourself to forgive yourself for all the pain that this simple little thing called money has cost you, or that you have caused for yourself because you didn't understand money as the simple tool it is. Nothing grand, nothing small, it just is. Just keep breathing slowly. Open up your heart, open up your system to receive the Reiki energy. Ask for its guidance, complete healing. Ask it to mend your relationship with money and thus mend your relationship with yourself. Ask the Reiki energy to help you open up your heart so that you can feel complete, like you always are. The energy transmission is now finished. If you feel guided to do so, stay in your experience. The energy keep working on you as it will for the coming hours, days, and maybe even longer. Feel free to rewatch this video as many times as you feel necessary in order to give you a bit of an energetic momentum and release of this pain that you feel inside concerning money. And when you start to feel that your relationship with money is changing, that you don't feel fear or pain every time you think about spending money or receiving money or talking about money, then begin to meditate on that positive feeling, on that gratitude. Because gratitude is really a wonderful way of starting to bring this feeling of abundance, of peace, of having everything you need back. To recognize it because it's already there within you. So, as I said before, this is not the way it probably won't work to just start materializing money in front of your eyes. But what begins to happen when you focus on this area in your life, focusing on your finances and on your money blocks, and you start to heal that pain that has been adding up over years and years and years from society, friends, family, and your own mind obsessing about these things it calls problems, issues. I forgot what I was saying, but it will not materialize. But when you start healing these blocks, be open and aware to the kind of opportunities that come to you. So money might manifest in a new job offer that you're receiving. It might manifest as you're getting discounts or deals. It might manifest as finding a little bit, maybe just $1 or €1 or something, or even less lying on the ground and you find it. Those are the things that are also related to your finances and your money blocks. But when you start to bring gratitude into that and see, wow, I found 50 cents here lying on the street. Wow, that's amazing. It's the I'm starting to pivot towards a positive money relationship, towards this feeling of abundance, finding money wherever you look, receiving a job offer. What else could it be? It could be anything. You have to bring gratitude into this and to see an awareness to see that these opportunities, the right decisions coming from the heart, were around you and in you all along. So, and gratitude in the sense of being grateful for the money that you have, for the house that you have. Even if you only have, $5 in your pocket, that's better than zero, right? And four is better than three. We have to train our mind and train our mind to be comfortable with and open our heart so that we can feel gratitude for the most minute positive vibration that we have. When we learn to focus on these small things and to awaken true feelings of gratitude from very small things around us, then we learn how to grow this feeling. And the more we can grow this feeling of abundance, of being lucky, of being happy, of having enough, of being worthy, of having exactly the life that we want to live, and the amount of money that we believe that we need or want, when this feeling grows, that is the feeling that will start manifesting in outside reality, in your external world, right? So coming from this place where we are very contracted, we have so many fears, so much doubt, lack of self-worth, feelings of scarcity. That is a contracted reality. That is then what we manifest in the outside world, and our whole world will look like this. Then these opportunities might stop coming to us, and we might not find money lying on the streets, and we may find more bills lying on our tables and or in our post boxes. That's why we have to learn to work on the inside, find a way to feel gratitude for the smallest thing. And it's possible, even in the darkest of times, we can find gratitude for and feel that gratitude and learn how to expand that gratitude and let it envelop our whole being, even when our circumstances are looking very dire. So focus on that, focus on these little things, practice feeling gratitude for it, focus on meditating when you start to feel this gratitude, feel into and just dive into this gratitude. Look at this video and re-watch this video as many times as you need to get the momentum, because the Reiki energy will help to heal those blocks within you, those unconscious parts, that unconscious energy that have kept you redoing certain mistakes in regards to money over your whole life. If you liked this video, remember to put a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet and you want to receive or be a part of these weekly live healings that I do. And also then remember to press the little bell button so that you will be notified in real time when I upload these live streams. Now I've set days in the week for it, so on Wednesday and Sunday will be scheduled days to do these live streams, so that you can plan a little bit beforehand, and it will be sometime between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Let's see, Lithuanian time, Eastern European summer time, which is +3 Greenwich Mean Time. So actually 8 o'clock here is 12 o'clock Eastern time, East Coast time, United States. But I always upload that information in the description, so you can always check there. And I usually upload these live streams a couple of hours beforehand, so you will see the time and be able to schedule this in your calendar. Remember to drink water. I have a couple more things I feel that I want to say on this subject, because there's so much to say. And I think that I know that there are so many misconceptions about energy healing and law of attraction and those things, because I've had them myself, and I probably have some of them still. So this is my view on this whole why everyone isn't prosperous or have enough for themselves. And it's not because of the circumstances where we are born. Sure, that might have a small effect, but essentially it's not which determines our lives, because you can see throughout the ages, that people who were born really poor can become billionaires and create really wonderful life, perfectly in tune with who they are and how they want to live. So we are born, we grow up, and especially as young children, we adopt, we absorb all the energy from around us, from our parents, from our friends, from society. We absorb everything and we stuff it in there. And a lot of that energy which we absorb is largely unconscious. And especially when it comes to money, since that is such a grand topic in our society, the whole system, our mind, I guess, puts a lot of emphasis on on that energy which we adopt and we store in our system, in our own, which we make our own energy essentially. So because this energy or that part of our consciousness is unconscious, we keep doing these, we keep playing out these patterns, which in the external world, the actions that we take show up as bad financial decisions. We might have a lot of money, like I did, have a lot of money or save a lot of money, then spend it all. And most of it unconsciously, most of it on things that I don't really care about. I don't really want that stuff. It's just because it's unconscious. I adopted that kind of thing, and then I created my own version of that energy, of that pattern. I played it out, and that's it. So we store this energy, and what we can do now through meditation and through Reiki is that we can center our energy, we can expand our consciousness, expand our awareness, put our attention on various parts of our energetic field, of our personality, of all these layers of energy that we have. We put our attention on money because there's so much pain, there's so much suffering there, and we're so tired of not having enough and not having as much as we would want to, and to be able to do the stuff that we want. So we bring our awareness there, and it starts to really, we're treading through a lot of financial mud and a lot of bad memories and bad mistakes and a lot of trash, let's call it that. But the more we do that, the more we bring energy, the more we allow Reiki energy, for example, or other kinds of therapeutic practices, alternative practices. The more awareness we bring to those, the more we start to illuminate this unconsciousness. And when we illuminate that unconsciousness, we see that all of these patterns that we've been playing out, they were not ours. This energy was not ours. It was not our decision to do these. It was not our decision, true decision, aware decision to spend €1,000 on a new TV. And it was not our decision to say no to that scary job opportunity because we didn't think that we would be able to handle it. And it was not our conscious, aware decision to save a little bit every month in order to have, be able to go on a vacation or something like that. We begin to see that when we bring consciousness, when we bring awareness into the areas of our field that we formerly have been unconscious of. And when we see this, we fill this up with consciousness, and we begin to be able to take conscious decisions. And thus, we take the right action. My voice, I don't know. Begin to take the right action, right financial decisions. And then money starts piling up. And the more we start to see that money, wow, I have money now, the more we attract, the more we see further, the more we see that, oh, all these opportunities are here. Oh my goodness, ideas are coming back from childhood or from adolescence or sometime in our lives when we had an idea to start a business that would be, really in tune with our heart. But before we were unconscious of that, we were so scared and contracted in this area that we didn't dare to pursue it, let alone think about it. But when we bring awareness, again, when we heal these blocks, we begin to be able to make our own conscious decisions in these areas of our lives. And then our life changes. So again, this was a small explanation of the way that I view this whole money aspect. Yeah. Thank you, Uni. Thank you, Richard. So I know that I was very reluctant to upload this, to do this live stream, to upload with this kind of thumbnail. You saw the money lying around, attract money Reiki, because it's so stigmatized. And you know, I know what a lot of people probably, I know what people might think about this, but I think also that's exactly why we need to bring up this more, and to unstigmatize or destigmatize this, to make it understandable, and to also make it human, and a human and modern perspective of this. Not that we are in some way magically conjuring money in some way, but that we, from our vulnerable, honest, and humble human selves, look at these problems with awareness, so that we can heal this, so that we can change our society's view of money. So we can also look at the other side of unconscious patterns that lie more on the, you know, people who have a lot of money, but it turns into greed instead. So they might have a positive, in a way, a positive relationship with money, because they can attract it. They think it's so easy and simple. They have that relationship. But then they don't have the heart, in the sense of knowing that what they are seeking is not to be found in money. There is a balance for everyone, and it looks different for everyone. And that is why my focus in most of these healing sessions, including today, is on the heart, and to really open our hearts, because that is really the seat of ourselves, the seat of the soul, and the seat of acceptance of everything, the healing, the seat of our healing capabilities, I would say. So I see, looking around the spiritual community, the global spiritual community, and that is pretty common after a spiritual awakening to adopt this idea, even when consciousness starts to expand more rapidly. You know, adopt this idea that materialism, money, and all of that should just be shunned and stepped away from, which I think is a natural part. It's a natural part for all people to change their relationship with money, but shunning it completely, and completely stepping away from money, is not necessary for everyone, especially the people who are living in the Western world, and who wants to live in a Western world and in Western society, in the sense of having a house, having a car, a family, having a normal job, which many people just want to live a very, very normal life. And then you need money and can't just step away from it. So for many people who then have a spiritual awakening, who actually long for just living a normal life, a life in peace, a life in, the way that they always have lived, and they start believing that they have to say no to money and not care about money at all, or anything like that, then they start creating more suffering for themselves, because they have this idea that spiritual people don't care about money, they can't talk about money, they cannot make money, and on it goes. But we have to again turn to our own hearts and see what is true for us, and not listen to other people. Well, we can listen to them, but we have to see the truth that is reflected within us. And that is as true with money as it is for following your purpose, what you believe your purpose to be, as it is true for anything else in life. You have to trust yourself. and trust you find within your heart. So Uni, I have several playlists on. If you click on my channel, you go to the main site of my channel, and you scroll down, you have all of the playlists that I've made. So I've made a playlist for all the past live streams that I've had. I've made a playlist for all the Reiki healing videos that I've recorded. I have several other playlists as well if you're interested in checking them out. So go to my channel. I can actually write the what's it called, the link here. This is it. You can you can press that link in the live chat. So it's youtube.com/c or /channel/AlexanderKumlin, and that will take you to my page on YouTube, and then you scroll down and you look at the playlist that you would want to check out. So I see that we have 5 people watching right now. So I've spoken quite a lot on this very sensitive sensitive topic. So please share your ideas about what I've said and what ideas you have yourself or your thoughts on this topic in the comment section below or in the live chat here to your right. And we can have a little bit of a discussion here. Thank you. Glad to see you here. Also, if you haven't done it yet, please give me a thumbs up. It helps to not just make me happy and inspired to create more content and give more of the Reiki energy to you guys. But it also helps to show my videos to more people. And I really want to, well, what I want to create is to grow my YouTube channel and to be able to bring Reiki to more and more people around the world and to help more people experience not just Reiki per se, but healing and to learn about healing and meditation so that everyone can start learning these ancient practices of diving inwards. Because now, since the industrial age, the schools, we're just learning how to manage ourselves outside of ourselves, but we're not learning the most essential parts of life, which is the inside. We have to know who we are. We have to know how to manage our well-being and how to be, as Sadhguru says, blissful all the time, regardless of what is outside of us. Because we all want to be happy, right? So that is what I want to do. And your like, your subscribe, your engagement in the live chat and in the comment section below, your sharing of this video to someone who you think might need to hear this message and to receive this healing, those things help to realize my dream, which is to do this full time. So thank you. Thank you. I will be on this live stream a little bit longer, for maybe 10 more minutes. So if there are any questions, if you have any thoughts about the topic of money, what happened to you if you've had a spiritual awakening, if you've experienced that or are experiencing a spiritual awakening and rapid expansion of consciousness, what are your thoughts on money? Is talking about money uncomfortable to you? Please share it. Feng Shui, I don't I don't know what you mean. I know what feng shui is, but I don't know the relation or what you mean by that, Richard. So you have to clarify. I can mention, while I wait for your questions, I can mention some other thing regarding my own path, my own relationship with money, and I've been working. I started reading more actively about the law of attraction and money blocks and that, those sorts of things a little bit more than 1 year ago, and I dove really hard into that because there has been, as I said before, there's been so much pain connected to money in my life. And for a long time, I was so frustrated because it didn't seem like anything was happening, and I didn't get all the money that I was asking for. But then things over time, over this past year or so, things have really started changing. And now, even though I still have some debt, actually, even though I've been running my business and I'm getting some money from there, and I'm starting a new job that I'm really interested and happy about. So things are really changing towards the better. But the greatest thing of all is that there is almost no negative thoughts about money at all anymore. And that has only been because of the healing I've done, the meditation I've done, and the attention and awareness I've been bringing to this energy, this unconscious energy that I've been holding throughout my life. And all this karma that keeps building up when we keep having these negative thoughts and negative feelings, and we keep building this karma. It does not stop. It does not stop because you have one meditation on attracting money, or you attend one live healing on healing your money blocks, or you do one healing your money blocks program. It does not stop there. You bring awareness into it, and when you do that, when you start practicing and do that time and time again, over time, whether it takes a few weeks, a couple months, or a couple years, this karma, all of these thoughts and negative thoughts and emotions about money, and essentially the actions, they slow down, and slowly, 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 that well of negativity starts drying up. And that slowly, slowly, this momentum, negative momentum, starts reversing and turning into positive momentum. And instead of spending all your money, well, you can still spend money, but instead of losing all your money, it's starting to pile up for you instead. Not necessarily millions or billions or any of that kerfuffle, but just perfect for you. A balance where you feel perfectly in tune with your outside world, with your inside world. You have everything that you need right here and right now. Thank you, Uni. I very much appreciate that. I'm very happy for that. Thank you. But if there was one thing, if there's one thing, there are so many things that are positive about having done this work with changing my relationship with money. But what did I want? Yeah. So if there's one advice I can give, it's to work on your inner self, your relationship with money, not your actions with money, because you can keep trying to manage all your actions. But if your relationship towards that, if the energy vibration within you does not change, you will not be able to make the right choices, because a lot of the choices you make will still be unconscious. So we have to illuminate, we have to bring the light of consciousness into these areas of our being, into these areas of our psyche. And then when we have sufficient consciousness, sufficient awareness, the action that we take will be effortless, and it will always, I can never say always, but it will it will be in tune with your heart. It will be in tune with your highest good, with the highest good of all. That is the nice thing about love, about the heart, because when we open the heart, we begin to feel connected to everyone and everything around us. And when we do that, we can never take action that is out of tune with the highest good of all, including money, financial decisions. So again, as I said before, I want us to bring the vulnerable, humble aspect of our humanity, our true humanness, into these issues, and not think it from some spiritual perspective that everything will just be, you know, fluffy and shiny and, I don't know, magical. There is that aspect to it as well. But sometimes we just have to drop into our humanness and look at it from that, which is to say that things will not just it might, I don't know what karma you have, I don't know who you are, and where you are on your journey. Things can just start popping up as well. But I think that is a good point to start from, because when we have the spiritual awakening, rapid expansion of consciousness, we can get a lot of fluffy and vague ideas about reality before we start to settle back into our human reality, our human form. We begin to see again life from this human perspective, which is the point of life from the beginning. So have a human perspective, have patience, don't rush things, create a patient and real outlook on the issues that you believe that you have, your situation or your circumstances, let's say. Create a good viewpoint from which you can look at these problems, and create a plan. Create one habit, something you do a little bit every day, that over time, over the weeks, months, and years, will help you to heal these parts of you. Don't just watch this and believe that everything will be solved just like that. It's better to have this human perspective, that things take a little bit of time, instead of being totally and completely carried away about this excitement. Oh, I'm watching a live Reiki healing to attract money. No, things will just come flowing to me. Because I did that. I fell for that, I promise. um, it's a lot better to observe that overexcitement, and step back a little bit, and settle down and really dare to see at what your situation looks like. A good thing would also be to journal. Just put money on the middle of the paper, a question, what do I think about money? And start just writing down all the things that pop up. Then you think of, what do I feel about this? What is my relationship? Just change the question around a little bit, so it starts triggering these unconscious patterns, and be aware of how your body is reacting, how your emotions, how your mind is reacting to these questions. If you start to get restless and do things with your hands or something, then there's a pattern there that really, I want to stay away from this topic. There's danger here. Journal about it. Put it on paper. Be human. Still no questions or no thoughts about this? Do you think that this sounds... What does your truth reflect? When I speak about this, what does your heart tell you or your mind tell you? What thoughts are running in your head right now? Please put them in the chat to your right. Let me know. We can see if we can make a bit of a two-way discussion of this instead of me just talking about my view. Don't be shy. I know that this is a scary topic, but actually bringing your thoughts about this, and there is no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. Maybe you think that I'm completely stupid the way that I present this and what I'm actually saying. Just say that, and let's bring more perspectives into this, because that will also help you if you have some completely other views, and if you totally think that all that I'm saying now and all I've said for the last hour is wrong, and you kind of block that out, then bringing it up and expressing it might help you to heal your blocks about this and bring some awareness into it, into those unconscious parts of you. Another thing, while I wait for your sharings, is another thing that confused me for a long time was that I saw some spiritual people, masters and people who are very highly developed, you could say, who didn't care about money in the way that they put any special attention to it. And I thought that that's how you have to be as soon as you become spiritual, as soon as you begin to meditate and want to read and wants to expand your consciousness and attain to enlightenment, let's call it that, then you have to imitate these people. But if there's anything I've learned, is that as we move through life, we move through all these different stages of development, and each stage of development have their specific techniques that work, their specific mindset, their specific habits that relates to that specific stage and relates to that level of consciousness. So if you're at a less developed level of consciousness, not to say that it's worse in any way, it's like a flower who hasn't blossomed yet. That's a nice analogy. And you're looking at this flower which is bloomed and perfectly beautiful, and everything is just wonderful around this perfectly bloomed flower. And you believe as a little seedling that for you to have the happiness and to be as beautiful as this wonderful flower, you have to do all the same thing. You have to have all the petals must be fully bloomed. So you begin to rip your petals out, and it hurts so much. And just keep doing it because you believe that's ripping, pulling your petals down will help you bloom faster. But no, it just hurts. There's just more suffering. So you have to stay in tune again with your heart and know that all the people that you see are different. And everyone is at a different stage. Of course, there are people who are at the same stage or level of development as you are, and that is usually where we find our friends and the people we resonate with. Just know, trust yourself that what you feel is right for you right now is right for you. Even if someone else says that there is something better or that what you're doing is wrong or bad. Meaning that a person who is enlightened, a realized being, who is perfectly in tune with the universe, who has realized the oneness of not just him or her, but all things, who does not see him or herself as a single identification with a single personality, but is unidentified and identified with everything and nothing. That kind of person does not sit and watch, perhaps does not sit and watch Reiki to attract money, energy transmission. But just because this realized person does not do that and does not have any money problems doesn't mean that you should or shouldn't do that. Again, open your heart and trust your journey, trust your path, trust the techniques that you have around yourself right now, and trust that you doing them will bring you to where you want to be. I was so confused and balancing between a lot of different ideas, doing all of these law of attraction practices and then doing nothing because I cannot do that, because I have to surrender to all of it. I have to let go of all of those things. And I was balancing between the two and then sometimes in the middle and just being totally confused. What should I do? Until my heart started opening more and more and I started to trust myself. I started to trust life and my path and started to see that all the tools that I have inside, where my heart is leading me, is always right. Which is also true for my personal financial situation and the tools that I'm using now in order to mend the wounds that I have in that area. So don't look up to anyone, don't look down on anyone, trust where you are and have compassion and acceptance for other people wherever they are in their journeys. And don't neglect what feels right for you, because there is an inner voice saying that no, these people that you look up to, they're not doing that, or they are doing something else. You must do like them because you want to be like them, or you want to have what they have. If it's not true for you, it will not feel right when you're doing them. Almost out of water. Well, if there are no questions and no thoughts, no engagement from you guys anymore, except for Uni and Richard, then I think we will finish here for today, because I have another private group healing session coming up in almost, 50 minutes. So I have to do a little bit of rest before that. I'm very grateful for all of you who have been here this long, for all of you who have watched. Thank you for the engagement. Thank you for the likes. And if anyone subscribed, thank you for that. Thank you for taking time for yourself, for taking time to heal yourself. The healing is done in you, by you. I'm just standing by your side and holding space. Believe, trust in yourself, trust your path and your journey. Trust that everything not just will be fine, but that everything is fine right now. You just have to develop a way to see that. You just have to learn to see that. And when you learn that, you will feel perfectly fine. Always. Much love. Take care. Namaste.